We now have new information based on the police report in the case and other information suggesting that his death was the result of medical malpractice.
Medical malpractice having to do with an injury, at least as a nurse who was on the scene, an occupational therapist who was on the scene, who feared and shared this fear with the police that during a surgery that Hulk's phrenic nerve had been severed.
And the phrenic nerve basically connects to the diaphragm, which controls breathing. What's significant here is we are told that Hulk's wife, Skye, sounded the alarm when she saw Hulk had stopped breathing. Now, Charles and I have been going back and forth because I was on the phone with sources
dealing with
45 minutes ago when he was working on the Lil Nas X story. So when I was on the phone, you say that the occupational therapist feared. Actually, what I was told was he said it. He didn't think it. He said
the nurse said
the occupational therapist said that it was the result of this phrenic nerve.
This nurse,
it's not a nurse. There was a nurse there and an occupational therapist.
Said that it actually did happen?
That's what he said. Now, I don't know the basis of it. I do know, based on our phone calls that we made, that it is in the police report and there is body cam at the scene. And I'm told that there is body cam both where the officers were discussing it amongst themselves, and presumably there is body cam when police were interacting with the occupational therapist. What is really interesting about this, and honestly we have not gotten to the bottom of yet, is that there was talk that Hulk had been cremated. Brooke Hogan, Hulk's daughter, has wanted an autopsy and said there was something suspicious here. You would think if, we don't know whether he's been cremated yet. A week ago they said he had not yet been cremated. But we don't know what the status is now. But you would think they would go for an autopsy if there was any evidence of medical malpractice.
Correct. And you remember, Hulk had 2 surgeries. In mid-May, he had one, a fusion on his neck to repair a neck injury. That's when Charles mentioned. But about a week or 2 or a couple days before he passed away, he had a surgery on his heart as well. So it's unclear which surgery the occupational therapist is addressing with the phrenic nerve.
So but it was a recent surgery.
So all that being said, though, you would think that if he had both these operations prior, you would want the autopsy to figure out
what wouldn't happened. If the police have this information from, at least as the occupational therapist put it, why wouldn't the why wouldn't the police order an autopsy?
I can't answer.
Even without the families.
As opposed to Skye needing it, right?
I cannot answer that question yet. I don't know the ins and outs of Florida law that way. I just don't know. But the odd thing to me is that if this was medical malpractice, you would think the family, i.e. Skye, would have a claim, and you would want that autopsy to confirm it. And that's why this is so odd to me, that as far as we know, there has not yet been an autopsy.
Correct.
And that's what does not make sense to me. You know, there are other things that Brooke wonders about, we're told, but this now we know is in the police report. And again, presumably, we're told on body cam, at least amongst the officers. And I'm assuming that the whole conversation with the occupational therapist is on.
And Skye was present when this was happening.
Skye was right there. She's the one who sounded the alarm in the first place. He was, we're told he was sitting in a chair. He was sitting in a chair. This wasn't a heart attack where he grabbed his heart, we're told. He was sitting in a chair.
And just stopped breathing.
So
there has to be an autopsy. I mean.
But yet we're told.
None as of yet. No.
Why there hasn't been an autopsy. And although the fact that he has not been cremated, or at least as of last week had not been cremated, at least points to that they're talking, there's some conversations going on about this?
She put on her Instagram story that she was, there was family concerns and they weren't going to cremate him until those family concerns got assuaged. So but that was a week ago, though.
Now we know what those family concerns are.
Correct.
But she was present when the occupational therapist.
She ordering it?
Exactly.
Right.
There are questions.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Cameron from Charlotte, North Carolina, and my thing is Brooke Hogan and Hulk have had a tumultuous relationship, but I want to know why so much is able to be happening without her knowledge or consent being involved at all.
I think there was not the greatest relationship between Sky and Brooke, and I think Hulk, this is my opinion, Hulk had to choose sides, and I think he was kind of caught in the middle of all of this. That's my theory.